We're going to be looking at Luke chapter 2 today, kind of focusing on the shepherds in the field that went and visited Jesus after the angels had appeared to them. And let's just jump right into it. This is what it says, chapter 2, verses number 9. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. Today in the town of David a Savior has been born to you. He is the Christ, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in clothes and lying in a manger." And all of a sudden, these shepherds, they see these angels singing songs, and they hear this testimony, and they decide that they're going to go find out for themselves. And so the shepherds go, and they find out for themselves, and they find Mary and Joseph and Jesus in the manger, wrapped in clothes. And all of a sudden, they decide that they're going to leave, and so they meet they see them, and they bow down, and they pray with them, and or whatever, and they leave. And this is what it says in verse 17. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what had been told them about this child, and all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said. I think that's an interesting thought, because the shepherds kind of had this first-hand experience with Jesus. I mean, they were one of the first people to really see him as a newborn baby. And they kind of had this first-hand experience with him, and they didn't keep it to themselves, but they shared it with people, and it said the people were amazed at what the shepherds said. You know, in our lives, God has probably done a lot of different things for each and every one of us. And you definitely have your own testimony with Christ. I mean, you have something that God has personally done for you. What is it? I think one of the most challenging things is, we're always asked to, we're called to share Christ. We're called to tell people about Christ. And I think sometimes we struggle with that because we're like, well, what do I tell them? What do I do? I think one of the first things you need to share is that first-hand experience. What has God done in your life? What has he done for you that you have to tell people about, that you can't hold it in? These shepherds had just met the Savior of the world, and the angels told them about it, and then it came true. I mean, they were telling people, and it says people were amazed at what the shepherds said. I have this feeling that if we could figure that out, that what God's done in our individual lives is amazing, that if we just tell people about what he's done in our lives and then tell them about what he wants to do in theirs, they would be amazed. And maybe not every single person, but I think that if we step out and we believe in faith and we say, you know what, God has done this in my life. It's a first-hand experience of what he's done in my life. People are going to listen. They're going to trust you a whole lot more.